Back with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel at Holy Family High School in Broomfield, where this afternoon it is round one of the 3A state playoffs. The Fort Morgan Mustangs will receive, I believe, Holy Family won and deferred to the second half, so the Mustangs will take the ball to start the game. And it's a beautiful afternoon here at Broomfield. We're sitting up on a hill and can see for miles around. There's about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind out of the south. Bright sunshine. So the only problem they may have is if the quarterbacks throw to a receiver going down the east sideline or something, having to look back into the sun. But other than that, the weather should not play any factor in this game this afternoon.
Absolutely. Only throws to the northeast are going to be affected. Holy Family chose to kick with the wind behind them, so they'll have the wind first quarter. Of course, they're a passing team. That makes sense that they would want to go with that and try and take advantage of that in the first quarter and get up quickly. But hopefully Fort Morgan will take about 8 minutes of that time and go down and score. But Coach talked about that in the pregame, and my thought was, when have we had long sustained drives? What did we have, one game where 3 plays, 3 touchdowns?
Yeah.
So I think everybody's ready to go, that's for sure.
Yeah. So the Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So this afternoon, the starting lineup, the offensive lineup is quarterback Joey Snyder, tight end Austin Cosman, wide receiver Eric Kimball, running back Tate Kimball, wide receiver Eric Fluoff, running back Toby McBride, offensive linemen are Bladen Pollitt, Eric Carrillo, Alex Mai, Trevor Gherkin, and Jesus Ibarra. The opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. With 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan, Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. So we're ready to kick it off here at Broomfield. Kind of a spiral kick. It's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, handed off finally over the right side, kind of going up the middle. And I believe that was finally to Kyle Daniels, I believe, that ended up with it.
That time the trick of trying to fake who you handed off to didn't work for the Mustangs, as the Holy Family defense was surrounding him as he handed off to the last guy.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 21-yard line. For the Mustangs, they come out. Eric Kimball split wide right. Daniels to the left. I formation backfield for the Mustangs. Joey Snyder under center. Now they put Tate Kimball in motion out to the left. They hand off to McBride up the middle. And not much there. He might have got a couple. We'll see where they finally mark it. The rep on this side is marked at about the 23-yard line. So that would be a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 from the 23.
And they look like they're ready, and I think we have to keep them honest by trying to run up the middle a couple times, but our strength's going to be to the outside today.
So now we have trips to the left, I formation behind Snyder. 2nd and 8 from the 23. It's going to be a handoff to Toby up the middle again, and this time for only about 1 to the 24-yard line. So not much running room there, but as the coach said in the pregame, they'll pound them a couple of times, then maybe they'll be able to pop one for 20 or 30 yards. So,
all right, and that was an interesting first 2 plays. I think they're trying to get them to key on Tate. They're certainly keying on Toby instead.
So now we have 2 receivers right, 2 left. Schneider in the shotgun formation. He rolls out to his right, looks downfield. He got a man wide open. Down at the 40, 35-30, down to the 25. That is Isaiah Lopez for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Boy, that's just what we needed at that exact moment.
That was a pretty pass. He hauled that in about the 45 of Holy Family, and then took it down to about the 26-yard line. So nice pass there by Joey Snyder to Isaiah Lopez. So 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Handoff over the right side to Tate. He gets it outside, and he'll get a couple, maybe just down inside the 25, as he is knocked out of bounds.
On the carry, number 20, Tate.
They do get it down inside the 25. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 24. So 2nd and 8 from the 24.
2nd and 8 from the 24.
And I'm guessing Holy Family's made the decision early that we're going to stop the run, and maybe that's why the pass play was open on that one play.
So 2 receivers left, 2 right again in a shotgun formation with Toby in the backfield with Joey Schneider. Snap back, he's looking downfield, looks over to the right corner and goes down. The ball is out of bounds. Eric Kimball had slipped with the defender at about the goal line, but the pass was incomplete, hasn't landed out of bounds.
And on that play, he probably threw it out of bounds because the defender was pretty tight coverage there. It wasn't as wide open as the last one.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. We'll see how they come out. They will come out 2 receivers left. That's Eric Kimball and Isaiah Lopez left with Kyle Daniels and Eric Fluoff right. Shotgun formation for the Mustangs. As he now rolls out to his left, being pursued. It's going to be a pass over into the corner and caught at the 2-yard line or 1-yard line on his knees is Isaiah Lopez for the Mustangs. Nice pass play there by the Mustangs.
I'm not sure exactly what happened to the defender on that because he wasn't even looking for the ball. Isaiah fell to his knees and sat on his knees and caught that ball. But a great offensive play and a good first drive for the Mustangs.
So far they've been using Isaiah Lopez in the offense today, so it's 1st and goal for the Mustangs. Tate Kimball around the right side, and he's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. So Fort Morgan with the early lead, 6-0. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Back at Holy Family High School, where the Mustangs had just gone up 7-0 over Holy Family on a 2-yard run by Tate Kimball.
The story of that drive was the 2 pass plays, one for 50 and one for 22, that got him out of 3rd and longs.
So Franny now to kick off from the 40, puts his foot into it. Not a real good kick as it rolls down to the 15, to the 20, coming around out to the left side, out to the 30. He will be run out of bounds, out about the 32-yard line.
Forced out of bounds by number 24.
So it'll be a 1st and 10. See where they mark it at the 30.
Looks like they're going to walk the ball.
33-yard line.
So here's the big matchup. Fort Morgan's aggressive defense against the finesse of Holy Family's offense.
So 3 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation, snap back, and he's being pressured, and he is going to go down in the sack in the backfield. And that is Jacob Frisler. Takes down the quarterback of Holy Family, Christopher Helbig. Or Helbig, excuse me. So a sack back to the 29-yard line.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered, at least Fort Morgan's doctor.
So now 2nd and 13 from the 29 as they line up through wide right, shotgun formation again. It's going to be a pass to the 35, but he is knocked down hard, and that's a fumble. Oh, they're going to say he was down.
Oh, that was lucky by them. It should have been an incomplete pass almost.
But it was caught at the 35-yard line.
Chris Helbig's pass is caught by number 2.
Little dink and dunk 5-yard gain, and he's going to remember that next time he catches it across the middle, that's for sure.
It's now about a 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 left again. Looks downfield to the right side, and it's going to be incomplete. Nice defense there as Eric Kimball and Kyle Daniels were there to break up that pass. So a nice defensive stop there by the Mustangs. Bring up 4th and 7 from the 35.
Here we just need to play smart and not get an offsides to give them the opportunity to be able to go on 4th and short and not block or rough the punter and let our strength, our returners, get the ball back up in good field position.
So Fort Morgan, their men are back at the 30 with Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball. And a nice punt. spiral as it goes over the head, and it's going to go out over the head of Tate Kimball at about the 15-yard line. So that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the, they're going to mark it at the 13.
On the 13 for the Mustangs when the offense is ready to go.
Fort Morgan couldn't ask for a better first two series, one on offense, marching down and scoring, and then second on defense, getting a hit in on the quarterback and a big hit on the receiver as he catches across the middle and forcing 3 and out.
So Fort Morgan this time will start from the 13-yard line as they line up in their regular formation, receiver left and right eye formation. Tate Kimball over the left side. He's going to get it out across the 15. Looks like out to about the 16-yard line. So that'll bring up about a 2nd and 7 from the 16-yard line for the Mustangs.
And Holy Family's 4-4 defense is playing tough and keeping that run from having much success early.
So Fort Morgan lined up I formation once again. Schneider under center. It's a fake. Fake. He rolls out to his right and over the head of Eric Kimball, and he was wide open at the 30. So Joey with the incomplete pass.
Sometimes the receiver's so wide open that you just want to float it out there. With the wind, I think it picked it up a little bit and made him actually overthrow it.
So I'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 16. So this is where they picked them up on the last series. 2 receivers left and 2 right again. Shotgun formation for Snyder. As he gets the snap, looks downfield, rushed out to his left. It's going to be a pass and almost intercepted, but it was knocked down by Youngren for Holy Family. So that will bring up a 4th down and 7 from the 16 for the Mustangs after that incomplete pass.
This is where that wind is a big deal because that punt gave Holy Family is probably going to be gaining 20, 30 yards on the exchange of punts just because of that wind.
So Tate Kimball stands at his 5 as he waits for the snap from the center. Does get it. It's a pretty decent punt. It's going to go across midfield at the 50, now across the 45, just short of the Mustangs' 45.
On the return, number 3 chances to get touchdown.
Where Holy Family will take over for their second possession of the afternoon. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Mustang 46 with 7:14 to go here in the first period.
Holy Family empty backfield. Again, they have not ran a play with a back in the backfield.
They have 3 receivers right. They do now put Youngren in the backfield. 1 receiver left, and it will be a handoff to Youngren over the right side, and he's down to the 40. He will pick up the 1st down as he gets across the right at about the 35-yard line. So they're going to mark. We'll put it at the 36. So 1st and 10 from the 36 for Holy Family. 2 receivers right, 2 left with a single back. It's going to be a handoff again over the left side as he bounces it out, and he goes back clear across the 40 down to the 35 and then tackled. He will gain a little bit of yardage. He will go down to about the, let's see where they finally put it down, at the 33-yard line.
2 on the play call. It's 2nd and 8.
It's about 2nd and 7 for Holy Family as they are in hurry-up offense. Another handoff over the left side as he is being pushed and dragging a lot of people down inside the 25. So that looks like that will be enough for the 1st down as they put it at about the 24-yard line.
That's good enough for a Holy Family. 1st down.
So 1st and 10 from the 24 for Holy Family.
And 11 has to come out.
Youngren
has to come out. Looks like maybe he got winded on that one.
So handoff over the right side, and he trips over the quarterback and the running back caught feet, and running back ends up going down.
25, Michael Zeman. Short loss.
Just maybe
2nd and 11.
a half a yard or so, but they're going to call it 2nd and 11 from the 25 for Holy Family. as Helbig, their quarterback, brings them up to the line. Now they have two receivers, right and left, single back in the backfield. Shotgun formation gives a signal to somebody. Now it's going to be a pass over the middle and tipped up into the air and intercepted by Isaiah Lopez at the 12-yard line. I didn't see who tipped that, but the ball went high in the air, and Isaiah Lopez comes down with it. So there's one of the things that the coaches were hoping they could do is get a turnover here early in the game.
Not only that, but as he released that ball, Toby McBride said, "Welcome to Mustang football," and put the quarterback to the turf, and he was not fast getting up after that.
So 6 minutes here to go in the still in the first period with the Mustangs after the interception. Will take over 1st and 10 from the 12. As they hand it off, fake handoff, pass coming back, but incomplete to Eric Kimball. So 2nd and 10 from the 12 after that incomplete pass.
Kimball is incomplete. Depending on the play number,
they're really going quite a bit to the pass, and I guess that's because they're putting those 8 kids up in the box to play defense. Joey started off really good with going 2 for 3, but he's now 2 for 6.
So I formation again for the Mustangs. Toby McBride and Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball over the left side. He breaks it out across the 15 out to the 20. So that'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Mustangs.
That's first run of over 5 yards by the Mustangs. Out of 6 runs, we've had 2, 2, 2, 1, and 3. And then that 8. Maybe they're starting to, loosen up that defense. And
so 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs. Tight formation. Fullback in the backfield. We'll see where they give it to him or not. It's going to be, looks like they're going to be just short possibly.
Yeah, out to the 22. It's going to be close.
On the carry, number 30.
So we'll see where they end up.
Toby McBride brought down by number 50.
They're going to take time out here for a measurement.
My eyeballs are saying it's going to be about 6 inches short, and it's going to be really tempting to, go up the middle, because if you go with a quarterback sneak against a 4-4, they have no one covering the center, and if you go with a touch sneak, you should be able to get a yard at least.
Yeah,
a situation like that.
Joy should be able to. I'm trying to see, they're just.
Yep, 6 inches.
Looks like they're going to
we'll see what they want to do with it here. Yeah, like you said, just a quick sneak. We'll see if they put anybody else up on the line of scrimmage.
Who did you have running the ball that time?
Toby.
Toby got it?
Okay. Yeah. So Joey comes in after talking to Coach Harrison Chisholm. We'll see what they want to do here. They're going for it on 4th and short from the 22, so we'll see what they do here. They still have just a...
Now Holy Family shifts into a 5-2.
So we'll see if Joey just takes it over the right guard. Looks like it would be open. And he does take it, and he will get the first down. He gets it out almost to the 25-yard line. So nice job there by the Mustangs. Offensive line getting the push.
It's a really nice job by Coach Chisholm, having faith in that offensive line and telling them, I believe in you. You can get the 6 inches against this Holy Family defense.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 26-yard line. As Schneider picks up the 6 inches needed, plus about 4 yards.
Plus we're eating up clock and keeping Holy Family off the field and taking away the wind.
It's another full house backfield. Tate Kimball goes wide left. He gets a corner turn. He's out across the 30, the 35.
Oh, big hit by number 11 there, Ryan Younggreen. Got a good hit on him on the sideline.
That will be enough for the first down.
We'll take a big hit after a nice 15-yard gain or 11-yard gain, I guess.
11-yard gain there. So nice run by Tate Kimball as he broke it outside. Now Fort Morgan in their power formation. Nobody wide with 3 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff this time around the right side to Tate Kimball, as he is going to be brought down this time after a short gain.
On the carry, number 20.
He does get it out to the 38, so it's just going to be a gain of 1, so we'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 38. With 4:15 and counting here in the first period of play. Isaiah Lopez comes back into the game for the Mustangs. Tate Kimball, along with Jacob Fritzler, go out. So we have 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right again. Shotgun formation for Snyder. Snap back, he looks over. Going to be a nice pass down the left sideline and comes back to Fluoff. Nice pass, and he's still in bounds. He gets away from his defender down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. As Joey Snyder connects with Eric Fluoff on the east sidelines, and he breaks it down for the touchdown.
Nice 62-yard touchdown there, and boy, the Holy Family crowd is just stunned. And I guess might is taking over finesse in this case.
So now Franny Gonzalez comes in to try the point after. Schneider down. Ball is down. The kick is up and good. So Fort Morgan now leads 14-0 over Holy Family. With 3:42 to go here in the first period of play on B106 and B106.com. Back at Holy Family High School, the Fort Morgan Mustangs have just now gone up 14-0 over Holy Family after a 62-yard pass from Joey Snyder to Eric Fluoff. He takes it in at about the Holy Family 30, breaks the tackle and takes it in the rest of the way for the touchdown.
The only thing I can think of, Brian, is that these Holy Family defensive backs aren't used to the other quarterback having that long to throw, because they're going about 30 yards downfield and then looking to the sideline like it's time for a water break. Because like I was standing right next to Fluoff and didn't see the ball at all.
So another short kick by Fluoff, or by Franny at the 25, and then finally taken down at the about the 33-yard line. We'll see where they end up putting it. So they do have it set at the right at the tip of the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 34 for Holy Family. As they now come out, 3 receivers left and single receiver right with a back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff over the left side. He gets it across the 35 and then is gang tackled there. Alex Mai leading the way as he gets it out across to about the 36, so it's going to be a gain of 2.
And I think that's a moral victory if we have them trying to run the ball. That's a plus for us.
So now 2 receivers will send a man in motion to the right, 3 receivers right. It's going to be a pass out. He's being hounded and going to be taken down. Oh, yes, he is going to be sacked. First by Eric Kimball as he goes by. And then who was the guy that cleaned it up? Was that Toby?
Yeah, I think it was.
Toby McBride comes in and picks him up from the backside and drops him clear back inside the 30 to about the 27.
A little worried about Kimball's tackle. He tackled him kind of high and got a little bit of headgear, and I think that's why he didn't pull him down, because he let go. And right as soon as he popped back up, Toby was there to put him down. 3rd and long.
It's about a 3rd and 16, it looks like. From the 27. Back as he rolls out, it's going to be a pass down the right sideline over the head of the intended receiver. And incomplete. That was intended for Weston Dinsmore, but the pass was high over his head and falls harmlessly to the ground.
Well, so far on the day, 6 passing attempts for the number 1 ranked 3A offense in the state. And they have 1 completion for 5 yards, 2 sacks for a loss of 11, 2 incompletes and an interception. I think that speaks volumes for Fort Morgan's defense.
So in the punt formation, 4th and 16 from the 27. Nice high spiral punt over the head of Tate Kimball again. It's going to go out about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and on that one, he's going to just have to adjust and start standing about 15 yards deeper and come up on those, because the wind's just taking it over his head. That time he almost reached out for it, which would be very risky down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, just let it bounce and go out of bounds. They will put it at the 15, so 1st and 10 from the 15 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the first period of play with the Mustangs up 14-0.
I'm wondering if down on the field the wind is not as much of a factor as it is up here in the press box, because we've got a pretty stiff breeze.
So under center is Schneider in their flex formation like they had run last year. Going to be a handoff over the right side out across the 20. And that is going to be Frank Rosales.
Brought down by number 58, Jack White.
And Frank's done some really excellent running through the season in the backup role, and now maybe to get them to quit keying on everybody, they're putting in, someone that they're not used to, and he squeezed through there. He's a little lower profile, can hide behind the lineman better than Toby.
So 2nd and 3 for the Mustangs, flex formation. As they put Tate in motion over across the right side, breaks the first initial tackle, and that is Rosales once again. So it looks like Holy Family is watching Tate go out wide as they put him in motion, and then they're handing it off up the middle, but that is enough for the first down for the Mustangs. So 1st and 10 from the 34.
2 nice runs by Rosales for 7 yards each, and first down for Morgan's in decent field position.
So flex formation once again for the Mustangs. Put Daniels in motion. They pitch to him over the left side. He cuts it to the outside, then tries to cut back. And he is going to get to about the 35.
On the carry, number 11, Kyle Daniels.
I'm going to call him just across the 35.
Yeah, I think they're going to find out that those defensive ends are really just pretty much running for the sideline to make sure they don't get outside of them. And we're going to have to cut it up inside, take what we can between the tackles.
So they had put that initially at the 33, so that was a gain of 2. So out to the 35, flex formation once again for the Mustangs. Daniel goes in motion left to right. They hand off up the middle to Rosales once again. And he is going to be stopped at about the 38-yard line.
I think this is wise. It looks like maybe Coach is giving Toby a little bit of a breather, because we're not used to running the whole game. And so have a drive where we give some of our starters a little bit of a breather.
So it's going to be about a 3rd and 4 from the 39-yard line. I formation once again is going to be fake handoff as Toby looks over the middle, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Austin Cosman. So now we'll see what the Mustangs want to do here.
I think with 8 seconds left on the clock, they're going to punt and take the second quarter.
So 4th and 4 from the 39. It was in the hands. The pass was there. Cosman just didn't hang on to it.
Yeah, that's no fault of Snyder's there. He had a nice pass right where he needed it to catch it, and as he rolled over, he just lost control of it, unfortunately.
So Kimball in punt formation. Left-footed boot drives him back to the 25. Now across the 30, and he is hit at the 30. And that, I believe, is
Fritzler, 36.
Fritzler. So that brings the first quarter to an end with the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 14-0 on B106 and B106.com. Back with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. The start of the second quarter where the Mustangs now up 14-0. Holy Family with a pass out into the right flat, and that comes up incomplete to Chasen Seagath.
Again, good defense on that pressure from the line, and the guy was pretty well covered. Just a quick note, Brush is up 7-0 against Faith Christian in the first quarter. There in Brush.
So now one receiver split wide right, one left. T formation for the Tigers, for Holy Family. He drops back. It's going to be passed down the left sideline and going to be an incomplete pass as Fluoff had excellent coverage on that pass. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 from the 30 after that incomplete pass by the Tigers.
And that was close. There's a little bit of contact there because the Fort Morgan defender really wasn't looking back at the ball that good. But he was smart, and he didn't get his hands up in there at all. And the official saw it the way we thought, no interference.
So I don't know what they're waiting for to set something up here. We'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation. Helbig, it's going to be a screen pass, and he has to pull it down and then throw it away. Nice job by
no receivers anywhere in the field.
If it's like the pros, if it goes past the line of scrimmage and he's out of the pocket, then there won't be a penalty. We'll see
I don't know how they can't call that. There was no one. Yep, there he's throwing it back there. It's going to be grounding.
Okay, good. That'll be a loss of down, so that'll bring up a fourth down from where he threw it at, and that is going to be at the 19. So that's a loss of 11. So nice job. We were talking off air here a little bit ago. You were talking about the screen pass that Fort Morgan hasn't defended very well. Well, they apparently worked on it this week, and they had that one defended and made him roll out to his left after the initial pass was not there, and it made him ground the ball.
And it's unfortunate that Fort Morgan doesn't get credit for the 16-yard sack on that. So that was great defense.
So Helbig into punt. It's a short punt. It's going to land out about the 50. Good roll, though, on the punt, and no flags on the field. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan from the 43-yard line.
And I'm guessing Helbig's got to be getting a little frustrated with the success he's had this year, over 3,500 yards passing, and he's got one completion for 5 yards. It's got to be a rough day for him, but that's good for the Mustangs, and let's see if we can take the wind and some more wind out of their sails and just pound it down and get another score.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 11:38 left to go in the first half of play. Schneider under center, receivers left and right. Puts Tate Kimball in motion. It's going to be handoff up the middle, and not much there that time for the Mustangs. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 43. So Rosales tries that up the middle, and it wasn't there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs.
Which is going to make that motion pitch to Tate that much more open, because now they're reading it and coming inside to stop that.
So flex formation once again for the Mustangs. Schneider under center. He drops back to pass. It's going to be a lob pass down the left side to Tate Kimball, and over the head of Kimball. He had got a step or two beyond his defender, but that pass was just a little long.
And I think that's a really good matchup. I think the defender held Tate a little bit there early, and unfortunately in high school sports they don't have enough officials to watch every receiver downfield. In the pros, I think that would have been called holding, because the guy definitely had a hand and was slowing Tate down.
So now 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs. This is where they have been thriving this afternoon, is on 3rd down. So tight formation once again for the Mustangs. Going to be a handoff to Kimball around the right side, and nothing there. As he is taken out of bounds. See where they end up putting it, maybe back at the 43 again. I can't tell just exactly where they're.
He lost one on that.
So bring up a 4th and 11.
Back to 42.
As they tried the short side of the field. So Tate Kimball will be in to punt for the Mustangs.
Back to receive for Holy Family, number 3, Chance Segueth, punting.
And now we'll see the Holy Family guy line up too close and Tate punt over his head.
So Tate stands at his own 30. Snap back. Kind of a line drive punt. Going to be taken at about the 25 over on the far side, but taken down at about the 26, 27 yard line.
Number 3, Chance Segueth, brought down by number 36, Jacob Fritzler.
So that will bring up a 1st down for Holy Family.
This game's kind of settling into a defensive struggle with Mustangs up 14-0. And that's all right, but I'd like to see us get one more touchdown maybe before half.
So 1st and 10 for Holy Family with 2 receivers left and right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he gets not even back to the line of scrimmage. He is going to be taken down at the 25-yard line as Toby McBride and Alex Mai in on the play. So that's going to be, they're going to mark it at the just outside the 25-yard line. So that'll be a 2nd and 12 from the 25 after Fort Morgan stuffs that run 2 yards deep in the backfield. 2 receivers right. It's going to be a drop back pass. And Helbig takes off around the left side, and he gets across the 30 and then scoots out of bounds as he was being chased on the far sideline by Trey McBride.
On the carry.
I think that's going to be one of their plays that they're going to look at, is that that wasn't a design quarterback draw, but he's got some speed, and that got him some yards and made third down manageable.
So about 3rd and 3 from the 34. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and Fort Morgan jumps. So if that's the way it goes, that will be enough for a first down by penalty for Holy Family. And that is the way they're marking it off.
Snap. Number 66.
And penalties like that just give them that first down instead of making them earn it. One less chance to give them a good hit and encourage them by getting them better field position.
So 1st and 10 for Holy Family at the 39 as he rolls out. Going to be caught out at the 42. Breaks away at the 50, at the 45, at the 40, 35. Stiff arms his way down the sideline, but he is out. Steps out at the 22-yard line. So I don't know who is down here for the Mustangs on the near sideline.
That was a nice pass. It was just an underneath pass that the athlete for Holy Family took the ball. That was Dinsmore, and outran the Fort Morgan player. And our DBs are a little winded out there.
Kyle Daniels is up and walking off the field, and it will be a 1st and 10 for Holy Family as they set the ball at the 22-yard line. So Dinsmore takes it down to the 22 as they get Kyle Daniels as he walks off the field under his own power. So the best field position here so far for Holy Family as they now line up with 2 receivers left, 2 right, single back in the backfield. Going to be a handoff over the right side. He gets it down inside the 20, maybe to about the 17. We'll see where they end up marking it.
On the play, number 11, Ryan Younggreen, brought down by number 36, Jacob Fritzler.
So they will mark it. 2nd down at the, it's like at the 18-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 4, so it'll be a 2nd and 6.
We just have given them a little bit of momentum.
So 3 receivers left. Shotgun formation for Holy Family as he gets the ball over on the right sideline, an incomplete pass at about the 5 as he was looking for Bryce Buderis, I believe, but that goes incomplete.
Buderis, one of their leading receivers, has been held without it. Oh, he's had the 1 5-yard catch.
So now 3rd and 6, 3 receivers left this time. 1 right in the shotgun formation. Drops back, going to pull it down and try to run, then he passes it, and it's going to be completed down at the 5-yard line for Holy Family.
Number 8, Chris Helbig's pass is caught by number 2, Bryce.
So 1st and 10, or 1st and 10, 1st and goal for Holy Family.
Holy Family, touchdown.
From the 5-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and goal for the 5-yard line.
9 minutes to go here in the first half of play. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Under center, it's going to be a handoff over the left side, and he walks into the end zone for the touchdown. As Lundgren takes it in from 5 yards out to put Holy Family on the board. Score now stands at 14-6 with 8:52 to go here in the second period.
And they just had put together a really nice drive, had a couple good plays and some players that made a difference on those plays.
Under the extra point, number 8, Chris Helbig.
So Lundgren in. So the PAT coming up here with the snap. Ball is down. The kick is no good. So that is a plus there. So that leaves the score 14-6 in favor of Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. back at Holy Family High School in Broomfield with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel, where the Fort Morgan Mustangs still lead 14-6 after the Holy Family Tigers take it in from 5 yards out as Young Green runs it in from 5.
And I hate to say it, I think the Fort Morgan defense looked a little winded out there at the end of that. Maybe that quick pace is going to take its toll on the Mustangs. All the more reason to get a sustained drive on offense.
Now kickoff from the 40. It's going to be scooted along the ground and taken, just fall on it, and they do at the 30-yard line. So apparently they're trying to keep it out of the hands of our receivers. Of course, they're also kicking into the wind. So first and 10 for the Mustangs from the, see if they're going to put it down at about the 31.
Now remember, even Franny was kicking squib kicks into this wind. So second half, or whenever we kick the ball with the wind, we're definitely going to see touchbacks because Franny will put it into the end zone.
Yep. So Fort Morgan now comes out. Eric Kimball split wide right. High formation behind Schneiders. He takes it and hands it off to, he fumbles the ball. It's going to be picked up and taken, and then he fumbles it out of bounds. Young Green fumbles it back out. So that will be a turnover by the Mustangs, but Teague Kimball is on the ground on the after the fumble. So that will be a
big break for Holy Family there, and Tate got a shot right in the stomach. Tackler came up. He was kind of being held up, and someone came up and really popped him, and now he's up and he's walking off. I imagine he lost his wind. He's a tough player. He'll be back.
So first and 10 from the 25 for Holy Family.
And it's gut check time for the Fort Morgan defense.
See if they bring the pressure here on their quarterback, Helbig. So they have 3 receivers left, 1 right again with a single back in the backfield. Fort Morgan with a 4-man front. It's going to be a handoff to Young Green over the right side. He bounces it outside to the 20, down to the 15, down inside the 15, not maybe at the 11.
On the play, number 11, Ryan Young Green, brought out, forced out of bounds by number.
That will bring up a first down for at the 11, first and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, Young Green looks like he's about 6 foot tall, and Daniels was out there trying to tackle him, did a good job of forcing him out of bounds.
So again, they hand it off to Young Green over the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's inside the 5, and the ball is knocked away, but goes out of bounds at about the 3.
On the play, number 11, Ryan Young Green.
So that'll bring up a second down for Holy Family.
8 yards on the play. From second and 2 from the 3rd yard line.
Second and 2 from the 3. As they kind of put Young Green in motion. It's kind of around the back of the quarterback. Now they have T formation. Put a man in motion right to left, Helbig under center. They're going to hand off up the middle to number 25, and it looks like he is going to be just short, but it looks like it will be enough for the first down. As that run was taken by Michael Zeman. So first and goal for Holy Family. From just inside the 1.
Just short of a first down.
So they wind the clock here with 8:17 to go here in the second period. Helbig under center. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 left, excuse me. He goes under center. It's going to be a handoff over the left side to Young Green, and he is stopped initially, and he does not get in. So that will bring up a... Oh, they called that a third down. I'm sorry. I thought he had got across there before for the first.
Oh, yeah, I was confused by that, too.
So that was 3rd and 2. We'll see what they do give it the first down this time. So now it's first and goal from the 1. Handoff up the middle again, and we'll see what they do give the touchdown to Holy Family. And I believe Helbig took that in himself.
Yep.
So with 7:49 to go here in the second period, Fort Morgan now up by 2, 14-12. And Holy Family looks like they're going to try and go for 2. As they...
Fort Morgan.
Looks like they're...
Holy Family's going to burn a timeout.
Holy Family takes a timeout here.
Looked like they were trying to get a little tricky there and line up in some sort of weird formation to run it to. And the kids probably haven't run it all season and didn't line up right and had to call a timeout.
So a ball game going on here at Holy Family.
Yeah, Holy Family did not cave in. I
No.
kind of expected they were starting to feel down, and well, you get a 39-yard pass play and then another 13-yard pass play and march down and score, and then you fumble the ball. It's hard not to get motivated and get back in it. So Fort Morgan's going to have to get their heads up, and I'm sure at halftime they'll talk about this and come out and play with the original game plan.
Yeah, they're got to keep the turnovers to a minimum. They now have 3 receivers right for the 2-point conversion. One left as they put Younger in motion. It's going to be a pass out here to the right side and knocked away. Nice defensive play there by Justin Pineda.
And Frank Rosales gave the quarterback a nice little kiss at the end of the play and knocked him to the ground. Every time we can get contact with Hellwig is a big plus for the Mustangs because he's not very comfortable back there as it is.
No, he has some light feet there. He doesn't like to stick in that during pass plays. He doesn't like to stick around back there very long. So 7:49 to go here in the second period. Fort Morgan 14, Holy Family 12.
And I have to say that the guys running the cannon for Holy Family, usually after you miss the extra point, you don't shoot the cannon a second time. But maybe they have extra ammunition, and it's good to see them having a tradition similar to Fort Morgan's. Although I think our cannon is bigger, and it certainly makes a lot louder noise.
That's for sure. Fort Morgan, we'll see what they can do this time with this possession. We'll have to hold on to the ball.
I didn't notice whether Tate Kimball was in on any of that defense that last time.
I see. It looks like he's out there again for the kickoff return. He and Kyle Daniels back at about the 10. Going to be a deep kickoff this time. It's going to be taken by Fluoff, I believe, at the 10, at the 15, at the 20, 25. He breaks it out across the 30, the 35, out to about the 40. And I don't see any flags on the field, so nice job there by Eric Fluoff to bring that ball out across the 40.
Yeah, that was a nice run, and he had a couple cuts there and almost had a chance to get away, and then one guy just latched on, and he pulled him for about 10 more yards until some of his defenders could join in. That was a really nice run, and it gives Fort Morgan some good field position.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 42. As they set up 2 wides left and right, shotgun formation for Snyder. As he rolls out to his right, looks downfield. He is going to be sacked at about the 34-yard line. And he is going to be taken by Nicholas Marcello. So nothing open downfield. So that'll bring up second down for the Mustangs from the 35-yard line, so a loss of 7.
Yeah, and that defender came in unblocked, but he's still got to have some sort of internal clock and throw that ball before he gets to that point.
So shotgun formation once again. Schneider throws out to the right side. Oh, it's going to be off the hands of Lopez and intercepted by Holy Family. In and out of the hands of Isaiah Lopez. So another turnover here by the Mustangs.
Number 6, Joey Snyder, pass is intercepted by number 12, Dave Baker.
And I'm sure the Fort Morgan coaches are thinking this is the absolute worst case scenario for them to play good defense and then to turn the ball over in 2 out of the last 3 plays from scrimmage.
So 1st and 10 from the 34 for Holy Family. 3 receivers right. It's going to be a handoff to Younggreen. He gets it across the 30. He fumbles the ball, and there is a fight for it. We'll see who ends up with it at about the 20.
The officials don't seem like they're in any hurry to get the scrum over with. And that's like the fourth time that Lundgren or Young Green has
Fort
lost
Morgan
the
has
ball.
come up with the ball. So back-to-back
Yeah, that's great.
turnovers here. So nice job here by Fort Morgan. I didn't see who got on it. We'll see if somebody. I don't know who got on it, but somebody got in there. And Young Green, it didn't look like it was very much of a hit. I think it was more of a spin, and somebody might have just grabbed his arm.
Well, and like I say, when he recovered that fumble of Kimball's, he lost the ball out of bounds, and he had one other run where he lost the ball out of bounds. So I think maybe he just has some slippery hands today or something.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 22. So they put Tate Kimball in motion. Going to be a handoff over the left side. He breaks it out to the 40, down to the out to the 45-yard line. Is Frank Rosales.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice job there by Frank.
Touchdown by number 25, Michael Zeman. He's off the play the first down.
Yeah, if he would have just been able to break through that last tripping foot tackle, he would have had 6. He was going. Yeah, that was a great play for the, what is he, a junior, I believe?
I believe so.
Junior, so it's got Holy Family back on their heels a little bit.
So Schneider under center once again in the flex formation. They put Tate Kimball in motion again, left to right, back up the middle again, and out to midfield. And that is Frank Rosales once again.
Number 31, Frank Rosales brought down by number 55.
And if he's running that hard and doing that well, we can just give Toby that rest so he can play defense, because he helps a lot on defense as well.
Yep, defensive end. So 2nd and 6 from the 50 for the Mustangs in the flex formation. So now they put Kimball in motion left, right, and they pitch him the ball out here on the left side. He has some blocking out here on the corner. And he'll have a gain of about 2. So he gets down inside Holy Family territory.
Brought down by a whole gang of purple, led by number 32.
They really have that outside game diagnosed, and they're really stringing it out.
For the Mustangs.
So now about a 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. So they come out in their flex formation. Kimball wide right. Schneider under center. Put Kimball in motion again, left to right. It's going to be a pitch back to Kimball. He's being pursued out there, and he's going to be hit out about the line of scrimmage out on the far side. It'll be a no gain after that run. So I'll bring up a 4th and 4 from the 48. So it looks like Fort Morgan may come out and try to pin him deep.
No gain on the play. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, I see no advantage of trying for it on 4th and 4. Let's pin them deep and make sure that they have to go the length of the field in the 4 minutes that are left.
So Tate Kimball stands at about his 40-yard line. Snap back, the punt. The wobbly punt's going to come down at the 25-yard or the 15, and then taken down immediately.
Punt is fielded by number 3.
And that taken down is by Trey McBride on the tackle. So 1st and 10 for Holy Family.
81 yards to go with 4.5
right
minutes.
At the 20-yard line, so 1st and 10 at the 20.
Fort Morgan should, hopefully we'll be able to stop them on this attempt.
So from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for Holy Family. 2 receivers left, 2 right, shotgun formation. Snap back, he looks over on the right side. It's lobbed down the right sideline, and the receiver goes inside and the pass goes outside, but Helbig is on his back once again. Looks like Alex Mai might have been in there that time and dumped him.
And Frank Rosales was right there. I didn't see who actually made the hit, but it was another good hit, and he's gonna know he played Fort Morgan at the end of the day.
So now 2nd down and same formation once again for Holy Family. Snap back, he looks over to the left. It's going to be a pass over the middle and intercepted by Isaiah Lopez at the 30 down to the 25, the 20, the 15. Nice job by Isaiah Lopez, a step in front of that pass out about the 40. He takes it down to about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that's a fantastic play. Stepped right in front and Now we've got the leading passer in 4A or 3A. He's got 3 completions and 2 interceptions. So what a great defensive job that was.
So 1st and 10 from the 11. Now for the Mustangs, this is the one possession that they do need to take advantage of.
Absolutely.
And get this into the end zone as they line up in a I formation, receivers left and right. It's going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball around the right side as Toby McBride leads the pack around the right side, but it's going to be a 2nd down and no gain after that run by Tate Kimball.
Yeah, they just have got that diagnosed, and he tries to cut it in a little bit before, and they're running to that tight side so the end can just keep stringing them out to the sideline.
So 2nd down here for the Mustangs from the Holy Family 11. I formation for the Mustangs. Snyder drops back. Looking for Daniels out here. He has him. Touchdown! Kyle Daniels in the front of the left corner of the end zone. So nice job there by Joey Snyder to find Daniels out there in the flat. And once again, the defensive back was maybe a yard or 2 away, and they don't even break on the ball.
Yeah, that's hard to fathom. But 2 passing touchdowns for Snyder, and looking good.
So point after is down and up, and it is good for Franny Gonzalez. So with 3:27 to go here in the first half, Fort Morgan 20, Holy Family 12 on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rorty, this is Brian Nickel. The Fort Morgan Mustangs now lead 21-12 after an 11-yard pass from Joey Snyder to Kyle Daniels after Isaiah Lopez intercepted the pass and set up the Mustangs at the 11. So now Franny Gonzalez ready to kick off for the Mustangs. We'll see if he gets this up into the air. See if he can put it into the end zone as the quarterback is also the return man, Christopher Helbig, for the Tigers.
I think that's 9 back there.
Is that 9?
One's Weston Dinsmore.
Okay. So nice kickoff, and it will go out. It will drive him into the end zone. You're correct. That is Dinsmore. So nice job there by Franny as he puts it into the end zone for the touchback. So 1st and 10 from the 20 with 3:27 to go here in the first half of play.
We've talked about special teams all season long and how Fort Morgan's hit on it. The only facet of our special teams that I see is not working as well as Tate's not seeming to punt quite as well. But kicking-wise, extra points makes it a 2-point or 2-possession game.
So handoff over the right side, but he is met by Toby McBride, and if this was on the wrestling mat, he would have just pinned Young Green to the ground.
Yeah, he got him in arm and head and threw him to the ground and had him in the pinhole, didn't he?
The ref slapped the grass out there, and so now 2nd and 10 again from the 20. See, now line up 2 left and 2 right. Helbig under center. He drops back, looks out to the left side. He hits Dinsmore out at the 25, out to the 30, out to the 40. Apparently he has stepped out about the, not quite the 35-yard line. So big play there for the Tigers. So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 34. So a 14-yard gain there by Holy Family.
Their receivers are big and fast, and they're outrunning our littler defenders.
So handoff over the left side. Gets a gain of about 3 as Young Green takes it out to the 37-yard line. So 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Alex Mai did a good job of wrestling another wrestler for Mustangs. Did another good job. So Coach Reynolds is probably happy to see his wrestlers are practicing their wrestling moves.
That's right. So down to 2:20 and going here in the first half of play with Mustangs up 21-12. 2 receivers right. It's going to be a pass out here to the corner and hit but not taken down And he is finally wrestled down inside Fort Morgan territory at the 41. And Justin Pineda is going to have to wrap up. He just can't knock him in the back without wrapping him up. So 1st and 10 for Holy Family at the 45 of Fort Morgan. 2 receivers right, 2 left. He drops, going to be a quick pass, and it's going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Toby McBride. So he gets his big hands up and knocks that ball down to the ground. So a 2nd and 10.
And they are quick getting up to the line and running that next play.
So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation once again for Holy Family. Snap back. He looks out to his right. Now looks over the middle. And he is going to be pursued by Trey McBride, but you can't quite catch him. He's down to the 30, down to the 25, the 20, and then taken down finally at the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10. We have timeout for Holy Family. So we're going to take one with them here with a minute 49 to go here in the first half of play. Fort Morgan 21, Holy Family 12 on B106 and B106.com. 1st and 10 for Holy Family as we come back here with a minute 49 to go here in the second period. From the 17-yard line, snap back over to Young Green, and he takes it down to the 15-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 2.
Brought down by number 10, Austin Kaufman.
After that run, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 15 as they get right back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers left and right. Looks out to his right. It's going to be a pass. Oh, and off the hands of his intended receiver, Bryce Buderas.
I think he heard footsteps there. It was not quite the best throw, but he was kind of there on the edge of the sideline and thinking that defender's going to come up and knock me out anyway.
So now 3rd and 8 from the 15. Same formation for Holy Family as they drop back. He rolls out to his left. He is being pressured. Oh, and pass is knocked down by Trey McBride. Nice job out there by McBride. As Helbig, tries to get it over the outstretched hands of a 6'4", 6'5" defensive end coming in from out there. So that will bring up a 4th and 8. From the 15, we'll see if they have any type of kicking game or if they're going to try and pick it up here.
Oh, they're going to run some sort of swinging gate trick play type of thing.
Fort Morgan calls a timeout, I believe.
And that's not going to hurt us because we're not going to try and get down and score with a minute 22 left.
And this Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East.
So you pull out the trick play with a minute 22 left in the second quarter. I know what we'd be doing if we had the ball and we were down by 17, or I should say 17 by 15. What is that? Can't add. I guess 9. Terrible. Down by 9, 2 possessions. I think we'd be having Franny kick the field goal, but I don't think they have a kicker, and so they're going to come out with some sort of swinging gate or play where you put 8 of the guys on one side and just have the center snap. And coach wanted to make sure that the center, everybody knew the center would be eligible, but now they're back in a regular formation.
See, they come out now, 2 receivers right and 2 left. Shotgun formation for Helbig. He gets the snap. He looks downfield. It's going to be a pass out. Almost intercepted, but knocked down. And that is knocked down by Justin Pineda.
You get the ball either way. Hey, that was a great defensive stand. Now we're going to go into half, up by 2 possessions, and we can regroup. It was a good effort by the defender there to step in front. Boy, if he could have gotten a pick 6, that would have been even better. But where he was at, I think the quarterback would have ran him down. But, that was awesome. That was just what we needed.
So Fort Morgan coming out with I formation now from the 15. Handoff over the left side to Tate Kimball. Yes, he gets it out to about the 21. And that will bring up a 2nd down.
And he's running with that ball held by two hands. Well coached.
Got it out to the 22, so gain of 7. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 3 from the 22, and they're waiting for the back official to start the countdown on the play clock as we're down to 42 seconds and counting. Going to be a handoff over the right side to Tate Kimball again. He breaks it outside. As long as he holds onto that football, he will be close to the first down. He does put it at the 25, so it looks like that will be enough for the first down. They stop the clock, and they do give the first down to the Mustangs.
And they should be able to just sit on the ball and let the time run out once they get it set, but they might have to run one more.
They'll probably have to run one play. And I can't think of them getting too carried away here, just kneeling on the ball. Get out of this half, and then they'll get the ball to start the second half. No, they won't either, excuse me.
But they'll have the wind.
They will have the wind. So I formation. So they will hand it off to Tate Kimball over the left side. Gets it out to the 25, out to the 35. And that will be the last. They fooled me here. Coach Harrison Chisholm calls they're going to stop the clock for the first down.
1.4 seconds left in the half.
So 1.4 seconds to go here in the first half of play once they get the ball set, and they do. So that will bring the first half of play to a close with the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 21-12 on B106 and B106.com. Back with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel at Holy Family High School. About 2.5 minutes still to go here in the halftime. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs will come out and we'll have to kick off to Holy Family. And that will be a big possession, I believe, anyway, for the Fort Morgan defense if they can hold Holy Family to start off this second half and get the ball back into their hands of their offense.
Absolutely. You can't let Holy Family get back into it early. You've got to go into that fourth quarter maybe still ahead by 2 possessions. So if we get a defensive stop here and get down and get that another touchdown so it stretches it out to 3 possessions, that'd be even better.
Yeah, that'd be a nice way to start off this second half. So we'll see if the Mustangs come out with any type of course, you know, this first half of play, we didn't hardly see that formation that they had run most of the half. That was the formation they ran most of last year. That flex they called it with the two H-backs and then putting the man in motion. So they're bringing something out of the closet here a little bit, I believe, to try and fool Holy Family. Maybe something they hadn't been used to looking at. So, but it's been working fairly well for them here in the first half of the game. The passes have been opened a couple of times. Joey was a little high over the receiver's head, but also he had a couple of them dropped on him also that were right there. So, and the Mustangs are going to come out and play error-free football this half. We saw what Holy Family can do if you give them the ball in positive territory. So,
and I think we just need to find a way to get back and have pressure on that quarterback. First quarter, he had nowhere to go, and he was getting hit. Second quarter, somehow, if he didn't have someone to throw to, he was able to scramble and get downfield, and we only had a few hits on him. Maybe some of the stiffness and soreness from getting hit first half has settled in, and he won't be quite so nimble. But, you know, we want to beat teams at their best, so we really don't want anyone to get injured, just like we were happy that Tate wasn't injured seriously when he went out. The best thing would be for everybody to go home unscathed at the end of the game.
Holy Family will see the ball start the second half. Kicking off for the Mustangs.
So Franny Gonzalez getting ready to kick off for the Mustangs. As there's hardly any wind right now. I believe it has died completely down. So we'll see if Franny can put it into the end zone for the Mustangs.
And it almost seemed like Holy Family did better going into the wind, as did Fort Morgan's offense first quarter. So we'll see whether no wind has any influence on that.
So Dinsmore back for Holy Family at about the 3-yard line. So Franny puts his foot into it, and we'll see where it drives him to at about the 4, the 5, the 10, 15 up on the wrong side, the right sideline, and he breaks a couple of tackles, and they finally corral him, but not till he gets out to all the 40-yard line. So nice run back by Dinsmore. So that's why those touchbacks are so important here in the game. So
absolutely. And I just sensed a little bit of attitude on Holy Family, like maybe their coaches said, hey, we're getting smacked around. It's time for us to go out and assert ourselves, because they seem to be hitting a lot harder. The linemen were blocking, and the running backs were running harder. So we'll see if Fort Morgan can stop them here.
So Holy Family 1st and 10 from their 40-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun formation for Helbig. 4-man front for the Mustangs. It's going to be a handoff to Green. He gets it across midfield down to the 40, down to the 45, and down to about the 43-yard line.
Number 11, Ryan Younggreen, brought down by number 4.
So Younggreen takes it down.
That's good for Holy Family. First down.
About a 17-yard gain down to the 43-yard line. So kind of a miss, kind of off tackle to the right. Now 2 receivers right, 2 left. It's going to be to Lundgren again, but he's hit in the backfield this time as Alex Mai gets him at the 44-yard line. So that'll be and we're going to put it at the 45. That'll be a loss of 2. So 2nd and 12 from the 45. Nice penetration there by Mai.
I think that's where our advantage is. Our linemen aren't as big as theirs, but, well, maybe except for Toby. But we've got speed and quickness on them.
So shotgun formation pass out here to the right, and it's going to be caught at about the 27-yard line by Holy Family as Dinsmore hauls it in.
And he was able to really thread that in right where only his receiver was able to catch that. That was a good throw.
So 1st and 10 from the 28 for Holy Family as they put Dinsmore in motion. They hand off to him around the left side. He is hit in the backfield by Eric Kimball. So nice job on the defensive end, right defensive end for the Mustangs as they bring Dinsmore down for a 2-yard loss. They'll bring up a 2nd and 12 from the 30. So nice job there by Eric Kimball out on the right defensive side, defensive end. Receiver split wide right, 2 left, offset eye. It's going to be a handoff. No, it isn't either. He's going to be sacked in the backfield at the 40 by Toby McBride. No, yes, it is Toby. As he comes in untouched, they will put him back to the 38-yard line. So loss of 8.
What a great play that was to really push him back to 3rd and 20, a down that's hard to make. Of course, they're thinking 4-down territory here, down by 2 possessions.
So 3rd and 20 from the 38. Nice job here by the Fort Morgan defense here. We'll see what they come up with here on the Holy Family side of it. 2 receivers right, shotgun formation. Hellsberg gets the ball, and he is going to be hustled, and then the pass is going to fall incomplete. But nice job by Trey McBride and Eric Kimball to be back there on Helbig as that ball falls incomplete. So nice pressure by the defense of the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
That's a victory for Fort Morgan in this first drive. And that's what we needed, is come out and get in their head again and let them know that we're going to put pressure on them. He went down as he threw that ball and was a little slow coming up. I think he's very frustrated.
So in the punt formation, Eric Kimball, going to be a it's going to be a kind of a soccer style run and then a kick, and we'll see where that goes. It does land at the goal line and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Looked like there for a minute he was going to take off running. I think he might have if he had seen the Mustangs falling clear back on him, away from him. But
well, that was a little dangerous. I believe that was number 2, Isaiah Lopez, back there with his runner, and he was just nonchalantly going down. I thought the ball was going to land and hit him. Luckily, it was about 5 yards away and bounced into the end zone.
So the first offensive possession for the Mustangs here in the second half. I formation for the Mustangs. Receiver split left and right. Schneider under center. Going to be a handoff over the left side, and not much there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage is Toby McBride. So 2nd and 10 from the 20.
On the carry, number 20, Tate Kimball.
As Toby is
number 32,
held for no gain.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go back to that play. I can't remember what the formation was, but they had Tate coming out of the backfield and running a fly pattern. With his speed, if you can get him on a linebacker, you know he's going to beat him down the field.
So I formation once again for the Mustangs as they jump, as the Holy Family appeared to have jumped offside. We'll see if that's the way it goes as the wind starts to kick up here a little bit at Holy Family. And that is encroachment on Holy Family. So nice 5-yard gain there for the Mustangs. They'll bring up a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. So I formation once again for the Mustangs. Going to be a handoff to Kimball around the right side. He gets across the 25, across the 30. As he hangs onto that football. He is driven back, but not before he gets the first down out across the 30. So I'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as they spot it at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, good hard running there. You know, Holy Family's really good at flowing to that. And if there's some way we can get everybody going that way and some sort of receiver cutting back, I don't know if there's a reverse in the playbook, but that would be good.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. I formation once again, hand off to Toby McBride up the middle. And there's just not much running room there up the middle, as they won't get him out to the 35, so a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
You know, 2, 3, 4 yards a play is not a bad thing. It just eats that clock up and disheartens Holy Family as Fort Morgan just pounds it down there.
So high formation once again for the Mustangs. Daniels left is going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball over the left side, and there is not much there, as it will be just across the 35. So that will bring up a 3rd down.
Number 26, Trenton King.
They will put it out to the 36-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 1. So bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 36.
Short gain on the play, the 37.
For the Mustangs, we'll see what they come up with here. As Muhlenberg lines up wide left, and Kimball, I mean, wide right. Or Mugenberg, excuse me. Tate Kimball in motion, left to right, and almost fumbled. Pass down the right sideline, though. It's going over the head of Eric Kimball as he had a step on his defender. Missed over the head of Eric Kimball. So that will bring up a 4th and 7. Almost disaster there when the snap in the shotgun for as he went back from center. Ball came up into the air, but he did corral it.
Yeah, and I think that just threw off his timing, and then he thought maybe he was farther downfield than he was, and that would have been a hard catch to make, or a hard catch ball to throw. Let's see if Tate can actually get the ball underneath and get this punt to turn over and pin them down way deep.
He stands at his 24-yard line. Not a real deep kick. It's going to be fair caught, but it's going to go over the head of the receiver and has a nice bounce. They're going to down it at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that I think the wind caught that at the last minute. The receiver decided to call a fair catch, and then it blew it out of his way, and he smartly got away from it. But that was a great punt there by Kimball. At least it worked out to be a great punt. And so now Holy Family's got a long field to play with.
So 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Fort Morgan up 21-12. 3 receivers right. 1 lined up left. In the shotgun formation is Helbig. Calls out the count. He gets the ball. Looks down to his left. Looks over the middle. And it's going to be just behind his intended receiver off of his hand. And that would be Bryce Buderas. That falls incomplete to the ground. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 14.
And And he hurried that throw a little bit and threw it behind him. I didn't see a lot of pressure on him. So maybe he's just, thinking he's got to throw it faster than he does.
So 3 receivers, they put a man over to the left side now, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, shotgun formation with Young Green in the backfield. Looks to pass, breaks out to the left, out to the right. Now he circles back around to the right, and he's got some room to run. So he gets it out to the 30. And that will be enough for the first down. We have a flag on the play. Comes in real late.
Late flag came in.
So we'll see what that's all about.
Go down to the field for the official call here.
Something on, I don't know if it's against Fort Morgan or what the...
Looks like they're walking this way.
Face mask. 5 yards.
5-yard face mask.
That was already at first down.
So that will bring up a 1st and 10 after that run. And penalty out to the 36. So 1st and 10 at the 36 for Holy Family. 2 receivers right and left. Off to Young Green again over the right side. He gets it out across the 40. Out to about the 42-yard line.
Number 11, Ryan Young Green. Brought down by number 30.
So a gain of 6. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 4.
And on that last play, when Helbig scrambled there at the end, he knew he was going to get hit, and he just didn't have the wisdom to slide, and he kind of came to a stop and took a couple hits from Fort Morgan defenders. He needs to get down.
So 2nd down, going to be a handoff over the left side to Young Green again. He breaks it across the 50, down to the 45, down to Fort Morgan territory to the 40. So they're opening up some holes there on that left side. So they'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 40 for Holy Family.
And running that 18 yards, winded him, and he's out for a breather.
So 1st and 10 from the 40. As Helbig goes under center with 2 receivers left and right. Single back. It's going to be a fake handoff. He has time to look to pass. Then he scrambles out to the left. And he breaks away from that tackle down to the 30, down to the 25, down to the 20, down to the 15, waiting for some blocks to set up out there. And he is finally brought down out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So he kind of waits for his receivers out there to set up some blocks for him.
Right, and I think Fort Morgan's starting out in looks like a man-to-man, but they're dropping some of their backers. And they look winded there and got hands on their knees. And it's tough chasing that guy all around, for sure.
So 1st and 10 from the 12 for Holy Family. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Handoff up the middle, but not much there. As Alex Mai comes up with the tackle.
Michael Zeman brought down by number 66.
Let's see if they give him maybe 1. So far it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 12. Holy Family lines up with 2 receivers right, 1 left with a tight end on each end. Helbig under center. They just moved. I don't know how they didn't call. The left tackle came up and went back down again. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Holy Family Tigers.
That's the kind of break that Fort Morgan needs.
Offside. 76 offense.
So 2nd and 15 from the 17. For Holy Family as they look to the sideline to get their play.
It's almost like they need to set a spy on Helbig, and as he's scrambling, someone quick enough to catch him as he scrambles.
So under center again is Helbig. He has 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now backs up into the shotgun formation with a back just to his left. Gets the snap back, looks downfield, gets around the right side, still looks downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and run at the 15, down about the 10. Nice job by Toby McBride to catch up from him and ankle tackle him at about the 10.
That carry number 8, Chris Helbig, brought down by number 32.
So that'll be a gain of 7 down to the 10. That'll bring up about a 3rd and 8 from the 10.
Yeah, shoestring tackle there, and as he fell down and was rolling, a Holy Family kid kind of ran over him a little bit, and he took a little offense to that. But he's got to get up and play.
So 3rd and 8 from the 10. 2 receivers, right, 1 left. Looks out here to the corner, or out to the far sideline, and way over the.
No,
they are gonna. Flag. That was a late flag.
Yeah, the defender tackled him even though the ball was way over everybody's head. But he's not supposed to know that.
I thought maybe it was going to be a late hit on him for.
Yeah, it was. It was a late hit on the defender. The ball wasn't catchable, but he had his back to the play and had no idea of knowing, and he just tackled him.
So we'll see what
That's a very bad call. It was a little late, but there was no whistle. It wasn't like there was a whistle or anything to stop the play, but that's exactly what it's going to be.
Cool.
Yep.
Defense. That'll be half distance.
So that'll be a first down for
third down.
Holy. Still 3rd down. Okay, I'm sorry. That'll be a 3rd and about 3 from the 5. So 2 receivers right, 2 left. Helbig looks for the play from the sideline. With 4:08 to go here in the 3rd period of play. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation. Helbig gets the snap, looks out to the right, and the pass is going to be well short of the intended receiver. If it had been a good pass, Justin Pineda would have had that picked off. So that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And you got to at least think that maybe Helbig threw that in the ground, knowing that Pineda was going to take that back for 6. And they're going to
try to kick a field goal here, so.
They certainly didn't have any success last time. The snap was bad, and even though he got it down, the kicker didn't kick it very well. So
it was right into the line on that extra point, as you were saying.
Let's just hope Fort Morgan doesn't do something dumb and jump off sides.
Don't be jumping off sides here. As Helbig is the kicker. Snap back, not a real good one. The kick is up, and it is no good. Missed to the left. Woo!
Wow, that's a. Well, I don't know. I can't think of the word. It's where you escape the skin of your teeth there. He ends up shanking that off to the left, and Fort Morgan gets the ball out on the 20 and escapes. Dodging the bullet. That's the
word you were looking for there. 4:03 to go.
Wow, that's huge.
Here in the 3rd period. Fort Morgan defense comes up with a big stop. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Mustangs. As that field goal goes wide left. So now Fort Morgan needs to take about 8 or 9 minutes off the clock here and run it as they get it to Tate Kimball, and he gets it out to about the 25 and then is bent backwards. So that is a nice gain of 5. So I'll bring up a 2nd and 5 from the 25 for the Mustangs.
You got to hope that we can just continue to wear them down. Holy Family, to their credit, is still playing really good defense against this bruising Mustang running game.
So seems to be working more off tackle than up the middle. As Fort Morgan comes out in the I formation. Going to be a fake off to the right side, a pass, and it's going to be a complete pass. Nice pass to Austin Cosman. Enough for the 1st down out to the 31 or 2 yard line, out about the 32. So a nice strike there by Joey Schneider to Austin Cosman to bring up the 1st down from the 30. Trying to see where they're at, about the 32, I believe.
Yep. And that play action is going to keep them a little more honest on that running game. And, of course, also open up the passing game for us.
So Fort Morgan once again in the I formation. Handoff to Tate Kimball over the left side, and not much there. Trying to see who the back of the... I don't believe it's Toby McBride that's in the backfield. Is it...
Kimball Tate brought down by number 52.
I think it's probably Rosales or...
And number 32, Julian Prieto.
So I'll bring up about a
Daniels back there.
No gain on play. Second and 10.
second and 11 from the 31.
Tate's getting a breather.
That Brian Almanza in the backfield. I formation again for the Mustangs. It's going to be a handoff over the right side. There's a hole temporarily, and Almanza gets it out to the 35. So that'll be a gain of 4.
On the carry, number
Nice
24,
run by Rosales.
Brian
Almanza. Sorry.
On the carry, number 32.
So should bring up about a 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line.
Third down for the Mustangs.
As they try to run some of this time off the clock, it'd be nice to pick up this first down here.
Absolutely.
I had a number 41 for the Mustangs into the game, and I am not sure who that was. I think that's who the lead block has been. And Fort Morgan tries to run up the middle, and not much there. Maybe a yard or two. That'll bring up a 4th.
31, Frank Rosales. Brought down by number 58,
found not very much running room there.
For the Mustangs.
Got 1 yard.
Fort Morgan will have to punt with a minute 17 and counting here in the third period. No score so far in this second half of play. So it's about a 4th and 5 from the 37. As Tate Kimball sets at his 25-yard line. Receiver for Holy Family is about the 24. That's a better punt there by Tate. He's going to get it back down to the 15. Now back out across the 20 and taken down there. Nice tackle.
An excellent open field tackle there. Is that Daniels? Looks like 11.
Austin Cosman.
Number 3 chances again brought down by number 10, Austin Kaufman.
So Holy Family will take over now with 42.3 seconds to go.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 24.
Here in the third period, 1st and 10 from the 24. So another big stop here for the Mustangs. If we can stop them on these on this next possession. Handoff over the left side, and no room there whatsoever. As Alex Maya ends up with the ball, but I believe he was already down.
Brought down by number 56, Alexander Maya.
Yeah, good tackle.
Alex just went down for some reason. I don't know if he's cramping.
Probably cramping, yeah.
On the field.
Of course, the Holy Family fans are cheering that he's cramping. I'm not sure why. I think probably because he maybe was hot dogging it a little bit by running down with the ball.
Well, then he threw the ball back, so hopefully he didn't pull a hamstring or something when he threw that ball. He threw that ball back up there, and then that's when he went down. So,
yeah, that would be a huge loss.
Alex is a big part of that defensive line in there for the Mustangs. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 24.
Does look like he's
Looks
cramping.
like he's trying to work that off, see if he can get over to the...
Now, unlike the pros, they're not going to take him into the halftime shed and give him an IV. So he's going to have to drink a lot of fluids. And I don't know if they still have the salt tablets over there like they did when I played. Probably just give him some Gatorade. But he'll be missed in the inside. Looks like we got 62 in there now. Eric Carrillo. Maybe he's been in there. I'm not sure. 13. Trey.
Toby on the left end. So 3 receivers right, looks downfield, and he is going to be incomplete and hit at about the 45-yard line was the receiver, but it was over his head. As that was for Joey Coulter. So that will bring up a 3rd and 10 after that incomplete pass.
He's got a little bit of the happy feet, having been hit and having to scramble a lot more than he's probably used to. But yeah, if we can get a stop here and make him punt, that would be good going into the fourth quarter.
12.3 seconds to go here in the third period. Held big in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers right and 2 left. Not much. It passes down the left sideline, and ball comes up short of the intended receiver. Justin Pineda was closer to it than the receiver was, but it was about 5 yards short of the receiver.
And he's one frustrated quarterback at this point. which bodes well for Fort Morgan. That's
Traffic control is incomplete.
three incompletes in a row.
Tigers. That'll be on the punching for the Tigers.
So 4th and 10 from the 24 for Holy Family as Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball line up at their 30. With 6.3 seconds to go here in the third period. And he will have to punt. Snap back. He takes a while. He gets a nice punt. It's going to be to Daniels at the 36. At the 40. Breaks it outside across the 45-50, about the 45-40. And I don't see any flags on the... Was there a flag over there?
Late hit going out of bounds maybe. That would be huge if Fort Morgan got 15 added onto this.
Because he took a clear back down to the Holy Family 39-yard line, and it looks like it's going to go against Holy Family, at least the reaction of the Mustang sideline.
So that gives Fort Morgan huge field position down at the 24, looks like.
So we'll see what the referee comes across. Face mask, didn't see if it was a personal foul face mask. I believe it was. So here at the end of the third quarter, the Fort Morgan Mustangs in good position here. Up 21-12 to start the fourth quarter on B106 and B106.com. Back at Holy Family High School, there will be one untimed down here because that was a defensive penalty that happened at the end of the period. So that will be, Fort Morgan will have a one play here at the 24. So 1st and 10 from the 24 for the Mustangs. Put Tate Kimball in motion left to right. Step back, pass down the left sideline and over the head of his intended receiver. So now I believe that will bring the third period to an end. Fort Morgan up 21-12 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Holy Family High School in Broomfield on a beautiful fall afternoon here. The Fort Morgan Mustangs still up 21-12 as neither team could put any points on the board. But Fort Morgan in some excellent field position right now as it will come up a 2nd and 10 from the 24 after the one untimed down to end the third period. So we'll see if Fort Morgan can come out and get this thing into the end zone. See what happened. Looks like Alex Mize coming back out on the field there. I believe it left his left guard position, so that's a good sign. So
that is. He's a tough kid. He can play with a little pain.
Yeah. So tight formation for the Mustangs. Going to be a handoff over the left side to Toby McBride. There's a hole there, and he breaks the tackle down to the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Toby McBride. Woo! Toby takes it over with left tackle from 24 yards out for the Mustangs. Puts the score at 27-12. 9 seconds into the fourth period.
Boy, that's some icing, maybe not quite, but icing on the cake there. You know, they see Toby McBride back there, and they think we're going to run inside. The ends crash, and Toby McBride runs that off tackle left, and one tackle, and he was gone.
Yeah, he broke one tackle, and he was to the end zone. So snap back, kick is up, and it is good. The Fort Morgan Mustangs now lead Holy Family 28-12 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde here at in Broomfield at Holy Family High School. Nice contingent of fans here from Fort Morgan on the east sidelines over there, singing along with the Mustang fight song.
And we've got probably another 30 or 40 fans over on the near side because that stands is filled up. So, yeah, great support for the Mustangs.
So Franny Gonzalez in to kick off for the Mustangs. As there is very little wind, if any, maybe a little to our back, maybe from west to east, but the flags are hanging at the south end of the stadium. Kick by Franny. It's going to be taken out about the 5, dropped it, but picked back up at the 5, up to the 10, up to the 15, to the 20, the 25, not quite to the 25. as he is taken down by Brian Almanza at the 24.
Brought down by number 8, Richard Herrera.
So 11:46 to go. We'll see if this brings out a little more passing for Holy Family as they need to try and get back into this.
Well, they've passed 8 times in the third quarter, so I think you're right. They're going to abandon the running game probably, though.
So 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation for Hellbig. Has a receiver to his left. It's going to be a handoff to Young Green, and he is going to go nowhere as that front defensive line for the Mustangs. Alex Mai back in there, along with Fritzler.
And Trey McBride with the first hit just blew up that play. He was slanting. I think, because we're trying to rush the passer, we're doing some line stunts, and that time stunted right into the hole that Young Green was coming through and popped him for no gain.
So 2nd and 10 from the 24 for Holy Family. 2 receivers right, 2 left, shotgun formation. Hellbig gets the snap, looks down to his right and then his left, downfield, and it's going to be caught. Oh, and then dropped. I believe it was intercepted. It did not hit the ground. Intercepted by Fort Morgan. Kyle Daniels, he's back to the 30, and then he fumbles it, and it's going to be picked up and taken back by Holy Family.
So we got a penalty way back in the backfield. So we'll have to wait and see whether that was a holding or a late hit on the quarterback.
The pass is intercepted, later fumbled.
So it was a pass that Dinsmore caught about the 45 of Fort Morgan.
And now we have a Mustang down. There, number 2.
Isaiah Lopez. So we'll see what the penalty was to start all this off, and it maybe have a hold on.
So it's from that spot, should be, so that would take him back. It's going to be their ball anyway. I would take him back another 10 yards and make it 2nd and 27 or whatever. 30 maybe.
So it'll be 10 yards from there. Yeah, that's back. The flag sits at about the 17, and it was 2nd and 10 from the 24. What a crazy play that was, where Dinsmore caught it. He let it slip out of his hands. And then I think it was Kyle Daniels that...
Holding on the offense in the initial pass. We then had an interception.
So they're explaining it here.
Fumbled and recovered by Purple. It will be Purple ball.
So it'll be...
We can't take away the interception. They're saying that it's just 1st and 10.
It'll be first.
Or are they going to...
It'll be 1st and 10, apparently after the interception. I'm not sure just how that...
Yep, 1st down and reset.
So
and now Coach wants an explanation, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's two exchanges of possession, you can't accept the penalty, but I can't imagine that. That would be a penalty. That would be penalizing, Fort Morgan.
Because of the change of possession, it will be 1st down and 10.
Okay.
So we do get the interception credited to Kyle Daniels, and that's good. But
it got knocked out of his hands. The guy came up from behind him and slapped it out of his hands, and he ended up fumbling it. So that was a crazy turn of events there.
Down with the 17, huh?
So now we have a 1st and 10 from the 17.
Yeah, and that receiver should have caught that one. That was a nice pass.
Yep. So shotgun formation, snap back. Going to be a long pass down the right sideline and over the head of the intended receiver, number 12. That is Joey Coulter. But he was guarded by, I believe Justin Pineda was right there in front of him. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 17 after that incomplete pass by Hellbig.
That was great defense. He just got in front of him, didn't let him get downfield to get to that ball, which is totally legal. As long as you're not holding them or pushing them, he can't run through you.
So shotgun formation, Hellbig with it, and he's being hounded, and his pass is going to go incomplete as Alex Mai lays the wood to Hellbig that time. And I believe that was number 2 back there. That was Bryce Bruderis that was back there that
was trying to throw that ball.
Was trying to throw that ball, I believe. He's the one that got up with his uniform all in a wrinkle. So he is going back under. He is going to line up again. As quarterback, they have Trips right.
But isn't that Helbig playing the right wing right there?
And he's out trying to be a receiver. Now they're looking to run out here, and he pulls it down again, and he throws it and tipped. And nice job there by the Fort Morgan Mustangs, Isaiah Lopez.
He got hit at the end, and he's coming off disgusted.
So a 3rd and 10 after another incomplete pass.
Back to receive for the.
So they're trying to go to their bag of tricks here. I believe Buderis had thrown a couple of passes throughout the year, but it hadn't been many.
Les coach just felt that Helbig's so frustrated that he can't throw, but why would you go switch at this point?
Yeah, because I don't believe Helbig's. I believe they have a different punter in there, I believe.
Yep.
So a nice punt as Tate Kimball takes it at the 45. Hang on to that ball, boy. He gets it down into Holy Family territory to about the 49-yard line. So after that 4th and 10, they do punt the ball away to the Mustangs.
And it would appear, like you said, that maybe Helbig's out of the game. And Buderis is their second-team quarterback. I don't see him being doctored to or anything. There he is with his helmet off. We mentioned earlier off air that looked like all their captains had bleached their hair blonde, kind of like Fort Morgan wrestlers do when they go to state. And so he's sitting there, not sure why.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as Holy Family calls a timeout. So we'll take one with them with 10:20 to go here in the game. Fort Morgan 28, Holy Family 12 on B106 and B106.com. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the Holy Family 48. Going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball along the left side, and there's a little room out there as he gets it down inside the 45. He hangs on to that ball, and he goes down at about the 20, at the 41-yard line. We have they have to stop the clock because a player lost his helmet, so he has to come out. So he does get it down to the 42, so that's a gain of 6.
And it appears as though Holy Family's kind of hanging their heads, and I can't imagine they're cashing it in with 10 minutes left, but 2 8-point possessions away.
So Schneider under center. I formation. Kimball wide right with Daniels, I believe, wide left. Handoff again to Tate Kimball over the left side. Oh, nice block out on the left corner there by Toby McBride as Tate Kimball gets enough for the first down. Toby McBride laid the wood to that kid out there on the left corner and opened up a hole for Tate to get through.
Yeah, he's all the way down to the 38, right at the markers.
So they're going to mark it. They're going to take it to about the 37, so that will be enough for a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 37. So this is what they need to do is run this clock. We're down to 9:25 and going here in the game, with the Mustangs up 28-12 over the number 7 seed Holy Family Tigers. So Fort Morgan I formation once again. They're just going to try and pound this ball at Holy Family.
Very wisely, he just sits there and waits till the last second before the time's up.
So Kimball over the left side once again. He's going to be down to the 35. So that's going to be a gain of maybe 2. Let's see if they give him any further progress than that. It will be at the 35, so it will be a gain of 2. So a 2nd and 8 from the 35.
2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line for Mustangs.
So Fort Morgan having to feel pretty confident at this point. You know, you never know. There's going to be turnovers and that sort of thing. But, they continue to play their game and use up this clock. Holy Family's going to run out of time, and they'll be the ones turning in their equipment.
That's for sure. So I formation once again for the Mustangs. Play action, going to be a pass over the middle to Austin Cosman at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. Austin Cosman wide open at about the 20, and he takes it down to about the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 5 for the Mustangs.
Nice job there on the pass.
He was wide open coming across the middle. I think Holy Family was looking for Fort Morgan to keep running the ball.
Right, that play action when you're having success with the running game makes a huge difference.
He did run the ball. He ran it down to the 5 after the complete pass at about the 20. So I formation once again for the Mustangs. Tate Kimball on the left side. It looks like he can get in, and he goes in for the touchdown. Tate Kimball takes it in from 5 yards out.
Good job
Put
there.
the score now at 34-12.
And I think at this point we can start lining the field at Legion because we're going to be playing a home game there next Saturday. Again, you never know with 8 minutes left. I don't want to discount Holy Family, but it certainly would appear that all hope is lost.
So Franny Gonzalez in for the point after. Snap, ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good once again. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs 35, Holy Family 12, with 8:02 to go in the game on B106 and B106.com. Back at Holy Family High School, the Fort Morgan Mustangs now up 35-12 after Tate Kimball takes it in from 5 yards out around the left end.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
A couple scores around the state. Delta Conifer tied at 7. Lutheran ahead of Palisade only 21-14 in the start of the 4th. Rifle beating Northridge 61-13.
So Holy Family to receive the kickoff here with 8:02 to go here in the 4th period. So Franny gets his foot into it, and it's going to come down at about the 5. At the 10, the 15, 20, 25. Long-legged Dinsmore, and he's out to the 40. He may go at the 50, at the 40, 35, 30. And he does finally go out of bounds. He's knocked out of bounds by Justin Pineda. Doesn't look like he's running real fast, but I think he's a fairly tall, lanky kid. And
that was a good carry, and Fort Morgan's going to have to strap those helmets back on and be ready to go because Holy Family doesn't want to quit.
So 1st and 10 from the Mustang 21. So the defense for Fort Morgan will have to buckle here. Buckle up. As looks like Bryce Buderis is back in at quarterback for Holy Family. In the shotgun formation, it's going to be a handoff up the middle. But Alex Mai meets him there at the 20. And then he is helped out by Jacob Fritzler. So no gain on the play.
On the carry, number 11, Ryan Younggreen.
They're going to give one on that.
Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
So we'll give him one.
His 19th carry. Helbig for the game threw the ball 23 times.
So, he uses a play-action pass, and he slips back down, but pressure by Toby McBride, and he goes down at the 27-yard line.
Number 56.
So 3rd and 16 from the 27. Nice pressure there by the Mustangs as Toby McBride comes in from his left defensive end to stop Bruderis. So I'm trying to see, I guess, Helbig is, he's standing on the sideline here with his helmet off. So
not sure what exactly happened to him. Maybe they're just trying to find a hotter hand or something.
So 3rd down, shotgun formation for Holy Family. Gets the snap, looks over to the left side, and offline is the pass to Dinsmore. So that will bring up a 4th and 16.
Dinsmore, 4 attempts, 1 sack, and 3 incompletes. So I would think there's have to be something going on with Helbig that he's not playing. Certainly it's a step down with Buderis.
So 4th and 16, and Holy Family is going to take a timeout, so we'll take one with them with 6:36 to go. Fort Morgan 35, Holy Family 12 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde here at Holyfield. I keep wanting to say Holyfield, like I'm rushing myself. Holy Family Field here in Broomfield with 6:36 to go here in the game. Fort Morgan up 35-12. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a pass to number 12, but he is going to be well short of his intended yardage. It was a screen pass, but he gains it back down to about the original line of scrimmage. So after that pass, that will be a turnover by Holy Family. So
yeah, that was that middle screen that I thought, man, they're going to kill us on it. All of a sudden, 5 of our defenders are going there, but good discipline on the defensive line. 2 of them peeled back as soon as they realized it and got back there and tackled him just about as soon as he caught the ball. Great defensive stand there to, maybe save the game. They would have had a long uphill battle, but certainly put one more nail in the coffin.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 21. Handoff to Tate Kimball over left side. He had a hole for an instant, but nothing there as they're going to try and stand him up and strip the ball. As he will get maybe a yard.
On the carry, number 20.
Out to the 22, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. At the 22 for Fort Morgan.
And that's what we have to watch, is make sure we hold on to the ball. That's Kimball's 23rd run, unofficially.
So one receiver left and right with an I formation for Fort Morgan. As they're waiting to take as much time off the clock as they can. Kimball again over the left side, and not much there, maybe out to the 24.
On the carry, number 22, Kimball.
So it should be a gain of 2 to the 24, bring up a 3rd and 7.
Brought down by number 11, Ryan Younggreen. Brings up 3rd.
And I think at this point, with under 5 minutes left by the time they snap this ball, there's, you think, let's go with a play action pass or something. We need to be able to see the scoreboard. You're good. Just step right next. That's good. Thank you.
So 3rd and 7 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they wait for their back judge to start his countdown, and he does. So over the left side, but nothing there for Tate Kimball. So that will bring up a 4th and 7 from the, maybe a loss of a yard back to the 23. With 4:44 to go, Holy Family not wanting to use any of their timeouts at the moment. So we have number 3 back for Holy Family, and that is Chanson Seguith. So punt time for the Mustangs. Taking 2 minutes and a little more off the clock here on this possession. Started with 6:28, high snap. He does get it away after he drops it. It's going to land at about the 45 of the Mustangs and goes into Holy Family territory to the 43-yard line. So that was almost disaster. It was a little high, and he brought it down and dropped it to the ground, picked it back up, and got the punt away.
Yeah, and that worked out actually better because that disrupted their whole return and made it so there's no way he could catch that or run with that.
So 1st and 10 for Holy Family from their own 43-yard line.
And Helbig still out. He doesn't look like he's walking with a limp or anything, but he certainly seems dejected down there on the sideline, understandably.
So snap back in the shotgun formation, and Dinsmore off of his hands. He wouldn't have gone far if he would have completed it with Isaiah Lopez taking him to the ground after the incompletion. So Fort Morgan defense still hanging tough in there.
And they're at that point where they can just play deep and come up and pop them. There's no real worry about giving up a little bit of yards because the clock's our friend, and we want to use that clock.
So shotgun formation once again for Holy Family. As he gets the snap back, he is pressured first by Eric Kimball. He rolls out to his left, and it's going to be ball downfield. It's going to be caught by number 5, and they need to catch him. He's down inside the 30. The ball is stripped. They're going to try and get on him before it ends up going out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, but I think they'll bring it. I don't know if they do that in high school.
And we got cramps by Alex Mai again.
Number two.
Yeah, they bring it back to where it was dropped because the linesman on this side is.
So Travis Montoya was the one that caught the ball.
Now the officials need to confer.
Trying to get the cramp worked out of Alex's leg. So that will be a 1st and 10 no matter what. They are going to set it at the, looks like the 12.
But they're having a conference there at the 20 trying to decide.
At the, maybe the 13.
And for whatever reason, he decided that it wasn't an obvious fumble forward. And so we're going to have a timeout. So that was a nice pass. I didn't see who caught that, but
That was number 5, Travis Montoya, sophomore. So they're going to work on Alex a little bit, get him up and off the. He's up taking a drink of water. So we'll give you a couple of sponsors here. Better Electric, better quality, better service, better results. It's Better Electric and also the home of Sterling Tigers, your Big Tex headquarters. Corf Continental is your GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick sales and service provider. Pre-owned super centers ready to serve you in Sterling, Yuma, Julesburg, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Find them at www.corfautogroup.com. High Plains Bank. High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. So Alex Mai
slowly off
the field now and bring up a 1st and 10 from the 13 of Fort Morgan for the Holy Family Tigers with 3:48 to go. Fort Morgan up 35-12. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Rolls out to his left. It's going to be a pass out into the flat at the 10.
Let that clock run.
Incomplete, so that would be a gain of 3.
We'll give those up every play from here on out.
So 2nd and 7 from the 10. 3.5 minutes to go here in the 4th period of the first round of the 3A state playoffs. Bryce Budera still at quarterback for the Tigers. 3 receivers right. Looks to throw downfield, and he is flushed out. And, nice defense by Eric Fluoff, I believe, tipped that. And then off of the hands of Travis Montoya. I believe Fluoff tipped that ball just enough to disrupt the pass to Montoya. So that will bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 10. As they set up 3 receivers, right, 1 left, shotgun formation for Buderas. As he has Younggreen next to him, he looks back to pass, and it's going to be caught and brought down. They're going to give him the touchdown. Who was that, Younggreen?
Not sure who caught that.
Trying to see who that was for sure.
9.
Number 9. Dinsmore for the touchdown. So that brings the score now to 35-18 with 3:03 to go here in the game. And they're looking to.
Yeah, they need to get 1 single extra point and then two points to tie. So they're going to go for the 2 points here. Some coaches would kick it, to make sure that they can go for the tie, but.
So sitting in the shotgun formation, rolls out to his right as he's being hounded, and it's going to be, off the hands and incomplete of Segueth. So the point after attempt is no good.
Kind of reminded me of Tim Tebow's days at Florida, where he kind of runs like he's going to run a quarterback draw, and then at the last minute does a jump pass, and it's a little high. The receiver did a really good job of trying to bobble it as he came to the ground and just lost it at the last minute. I think at this point, with it a 3-possession game, there's no way at 2:58, even if they kick the extra point or the onside kick and get it.
So as Kevin said, 2:58 to go here in the contest, with Fort Morgan now up 35-18 after Dinsmore takes it in from 10 yards out. 2-point conversion, no good. So we'll see if Fort Morgan probably will come out with what they call the hands team, everybody with their receivers. As it looks like they do, as Austin Cosman, Eric Kimball, Kyle Daniels, Tate Kimball, Mugenberg, and Richard Herrera on the far side. So we'll see what Holy Family comes up with here to try, if they try an onside kick or try to just dump it over that front line. As Fort Morgan has 9 guys up within 10 yards of where the ball is, and it's going to be going to be taken by Fort Morgan. Nice hands there on the left side of the Fort Morgan receiving line, and that was Mugenberg that took it. So that will be a 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan.
And I don't know if the people out there really understand how brave a play that is, because you got 3 or 4 guys coming that are just going to hammer you when you catch that ball. So you catch it and get down to the ground as fast as you can. And lucky for him, they were a little slow getting off the line, I thought. I was really surprised because he caught it only 7 yards downfield, and no one really hit him.
So 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan from the Holy Family 49. So under center is Joey Snyder. Takes it off and hands it up the middle for a gain of 5 down to the 35.
I'm guessing that's Rosales. I'm not sure.
It's...
Yep, 31.
So Rosales for the 5-yard run. So bring up a 2nd and 5 from the...
And why Fort Morgan would take a timeout. He switched it around. Even the officials are a little confused here. That makes a lot more sense.
So we're going to go ahead and take a timeout with them here. 2:43 to go. 35-18. Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs from the Holy Family 45-yard line as they have a fullback Housefield in the backfield. They have it. I'm not sure who that was. Was that Toby that?
It is Toby
who took it, and they say there's a fumble. And they do give it to Holy Family.
Fumbled the ball, recovered by Holy Family.
So they stripped at it apparently and got the ball loose. That'll give the ball to Holy Family. With 2:35 to go here still in the 4th period.
And that's typical of Toby. He's a really good runner, but all season long I've talked about how when he makes that extra thing, once he got that first down, he should have gone down and huddled up and let the clock run. But, he's a gamer, and he wanted to keep going, thought maybe he could break away and score.
So 1st and 10 for Holy Family from their own 37. Shotgun formation. Snap back as he looks, and he is going to be, he gets out of the initial sack and takes it down the right sideline and still stays in line, in bounds, as he gets down into Fort Morgan territory at the 40.
Yeah,
at the 43-yard line.
Defensive coach's worst nightmare. You have 3 guys meet at the quarterback and no one wraps up.
So under center, they start the clock and they just spike the ball. So 2:17 to go. Here in the 4th period, it'll be bring up now a 2nd and 10 after the spike from the Fort Morgan 43.
So under 2 minutes left, and they've got to get 17 points. As I mentioned earlier, it's valiant effort, and you teach your kids to keep trying, and our defense needs to try and keep them out of there, but it's almost getting numerically impossible.
So shotgun formation, snap back, looks out to his right and then out to the left, and it's going to be over the head of the Fort Morgan Mustang defender, Isaiah Lopez, in short of the intended receiver, Montoya. So that will bring up a 3rd and 10 from the 43. He was getting a little happy feet back there. Mustangs were kind of closing in on him.
And I can't blame him. Fort Morgan is an aggressive, physical team. They play like a pack of hungry dogs. They just keep attacking and attacking. And when they get to you, they're going to put you down hard.
So 3rd and 10 as they put a man in motion out here into the left flat. Buderis is the ball is going to come loose, but it's going to be recovered, I believe, by Holy Family back at the 45-yard line. We'll see who. Fort Morgan came up with the ball. Jacob Tressler with the fumble as it was slapped away from Buderis, and Fort Morgan recovers with 2:04 to go here in the game. That should just about lock things up for the Mustangs as Holy Family is out of timeouts.
Yeah, Fort Morgan might need to get 1 first down, but even if they don't and they punt it deep, they're going to get the ball with 10, 15 seconds left.
So 1st and 10 from their own 45. Snyder under center, tight formation to Toby McBride again around the left side as he gets it to the cross midfield down into Tiger territory. But nice. And Toby was down, and then he is up and off the field now. I think he was cramping up. So it looks like it's going to be about a 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by Coach Chisholm to give the ball back to Toby, even though he fumbled the previous play. You know, let him know that you got confidence in him and you love his effort and his heart. And Toby worked hard again to get 6 yards downfield.
So wind that clock here, and they will start the clock again. So if we can, Fort Morgan can pick up another 4 yards, they will have this one all wrapped up. It's going to be a handoff over the right side to Tate Kimball. He breaks it across the 45-40, 35-30, and that will do it for the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they will come away from this with the win. Minute 24 still to go, but Holy Family with no timeouts left as Tate Kimball takes it down to the 26-yard line.
Nice 23-yard scamper by Tate, and that's his 26th carry of the game.
So Fort Morgan 35-18. They will play one more game anyway.
And I think he went out of bounds there, so they're not going to wind the clock till we run the play.
So Schneider under center. Going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball over the left side again as he gets it down almost to the 10, or excuse me, the 20. So that should be a gain of, they're going to mark him up to 22, going to be a gain of about 4. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 22.
So I think the Mustangs answered the critics of, are we going to be worn out and not be able to play defense in the 4th quarter, because they held Holy Family to 6 points in the whole second half, and offense, put 2 scores on the board.
So Fort Morgan will play next week. We're down to 40 seconds and counting here, 35-18 in the victory formation. That will bring up now a 3rd down and 6, but the Fort Morgan crowd on the other side is giving them a big cheering hand, and that is well deserved. So we'll see when they don't have to run another play, Kevin. That is it. The Fort Morgan Mustangs will beat the number 7 seed Holy Family Tigers 35-18.
Congratulations to the Mustangs. This is awesome.
So nice job by the Mustangs here at Holy Family. So we will take a break and be back with the post-game show after this 35-18 victory on B106 and B106.com. Fort Morgan Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So a big day here at Holy Family High School for the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they come away with a 35-18 win over the number 7 seed Holy Family Tigers. So that will send them into next weekend. Next Saturday, they will be playing Evergreen at 1 p.m. in Fort Morgan. So another great day here for the Fort Morgan Mustang football team. The score at halftime was 21-12. The first score of the second half was by the Mustangs. It was a 2-play drive from the 24-yard line. That was after Holy Family had punted, and then a 15-yard penalty tacked onto that. Took it down to the Holy Family 24, and Toby McBride ran it in from 24 yards out. The PAT was good by Franny Gonzalez to put the score at 28-12. Next possession by the Mustangs, 5 plays, 5-yard run by Tate Kimball as he takes it in from 5 yards. The PAT good once again by Franny to put the score at 35-12 in favor of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. the last score of the game came for Holy Family as they got a 10-yard touchdown pass to Dinsmore. PAT, they tried the 2-point conversion and once again was no good. So that brought us to the final score here, 35-18. So the number 10 takes out the number 7 here this afternoon in Broomfield as Fort Morgan is victorious. Nice day for the Mustangs. Couldn't be happier for them. The players, the coaches, Coach Chisholm, and nice turnout here by the Fort Morgan faithful. And next Saturday, 1 o'clock, Evergreen. So nothing more you can ask than you take care of business this week and look forward to next week. And they get one more week of practice anyway.
Absolutely. I don't have Fort Morgan's total offense, but I do have each player's. So I'll give you that. Tate Campbell runs 27 times for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. Toby McBride, 7 carries for 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Frank Rosales gets 8 carries for 51 yards. Daniels gets 1 for 2 yards. And Almanza, I believe 24, goes 1 carry for 4 yards. Joey Snyder has the 1 carry for 4 yards. Snyder on the day, 6 completions out of 15 attempts for 167 yards, 1 sack, 1 interception, and a good all-around day for him. Those catches go this way. Lopez, 2 for 72, sorry. Kosman, 2 for 37. Flughoff, 1 for the 62-yard touchdown, and Daniels, 1 for a 10-yard touchdown. So Joey finishes the game with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And as you said, it was all facets of the game. You know, in the past, the defense has kind of carried them by completely shutting out the other team. The offense has carried them. You mentioned in the game that one time Tate Campbell scored 3 touchdowns in 3 plays. Special teams has been solid all game long, and today it was a team effort all the way across the board was required, and I'm excited about Evergreen next week. We get a home game. And how long has it been since the Mustangs played at home? I guess back in 2008.
2008, yep.
The weather's looking like maybe it'd be a little more to Fort Morgan's favor, being a ground game. I don't know what kind of team Evergreen is. I'm sure they're going to be tough. They've won a lot of games. So we'll be excited about that for sure.
Yeah, Evergreen was 10-0 actually this year, ranked number 2, or seeded number 2 in the playoffs here. So another tough game coming up next week for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Just got a notification from John Beltran back at the station that Palisade upset Lutheran 28-24. So those Western Slope teams are for real, and they hung with them and came back and beat them at the end. So that's an upset for the Colorado 7. You know, it kind of makes us realize that the league is maybe not as strong, but Fort Morgan just gets stronger every game, and in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah, and beautiful day here this afternoon. I'm not sure what the weather forecast. I was looking earlier. It looks like it may be a chance of maybe snow showers or snow next Saturday, with a high of about 30. So it just depends what field conditions could be like. So
absolutely. It's absolutely gorgeous here. It's been an amazing fall, and we look forward to playing at least one more time and maybe again. Some other finals, again, Palisade upsets Lutheran. Conifer maybe as an upset. They still have it 14-7 at halftime over Delta. Northridge losing to Rifle. We kind of expected that. As we mentioned, Evergreen 24-7 over Glenwood Springs. Our Fort Morgan Mustangs 35-18 over Holy Family. Roosevelt crushing Eagle Valley 42-7, and Pueblo East beating Canyon City handily 35-7. So some more football for Fort Morgan, and anything can happen. Evergreen's going to come in and try and scout us, and it's going to be harder to scout with the passing we did today.
Yep, and they gave them, with Fort Morgan coming out in that flex formation, that they didn't run it all this year or very little. Ran most of last year, so that's going to give Evergreen a little bit more to have to figure out how to stop the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So, excellent afternoon here in Broomfield. Beautiful day, beautiful game. We'll look forward to next Saturday, 1 o'clock. right here on B106 against Evergreen. So things are going good right now for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So congratulations to them, and have a good week of practice and hit the field next week against Evergreen at 1 o'clock in Fort Morgan. So we will go ahead and wrap this up. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs football has been Braden Godin. The producer for Mustang Replay is Alan Lance. For Kevin Rohde, I'm Brian Nickel. The final score once again, Fort Morgan 35, Holy Family 18. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Good afternoon, everybody.